CNN is joining the ever-crowded streaming marketplace, adding its CNN Plus service. And as for the details of the service, well, that's a little vague. We're learning that CNN Plus will be different than just the 24-hour news network. And as for how different, well, according to their chief digital officer, Andrew Morse, there will be no political slant to CNN Plus content. And then when asked about it during a recent interview, he said, quote, "It's not going to be ideological. We're just not in that game. We're not an opinion network. We're a news network." Now, for some reason, I have a hard time believing that.
Headline here is that the Russia investigation was no hoax. There was no political bias.
In part because there are some Democrats, there are some progressives who agree with some of those things. They agree with universal health care. They agree with some of the programs that were in place in a more socialist kind of society.
Do you think conservative media, like Fox News, are doing the same? Are they killing people too with rhetoric like you just heard?
By now, we're past fact-checking what comes out of Ron Johnson's mouth, because so much of it constitutes a domestic threat.
I think you yourself, while you're a nice guy, you're full of sanctimony.
And Darren's point that there is an overlap between what we're seeing in football and what we're seeing politically there and the Brexit, that there is a strain that continues from one to another.
All of the sick COVID patients he is seeing are unvaccinated.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Yep, they're a news network, not an opinion network. Joining me now to weigh in, Director MRC-TV, Eric Shiner. Eric, when I was reading about this and how CNN thinks that they're like a news network and not an opinion network, I almost spit out my coffee. I was like, what are they talking about? Very little news, a lot of opinion, especially from these hosts who claim that they're unbiased. Again, I don't care if people have an opinion, and I don't care that Don Lemon totally despises Trump and that, he has a lot of terrible things to say about Republicans. Okay, that's fine. But he's not a straight news host. We get that he has a bias here and he leans to the left.
Tell you that, everyone, Brian Stelter is their media reporter. Everyone's a reporter. Everyone's a journalist. They don't just admit, okay, this is an opinion show and these people have an opinion. And that's obviously the charade they want to keep up. I know the president of CNN, Jeff Zucker, said, this is for the CNN Superfan. Oh, man, the CNN Superfan. Judging by their ratings, those are getting few and far between. But I guess, if you want to recreate the feeling of sitting at an airport gate and staring at a screen, there's now going to be an app for that. Now, one of the most interesting things about this app is supposedly, according to CNN, you're going to be able to actually interact to some degree with their journalists while they're working on a story, which we here at the Media Research Center are really looking forward to. I just hope I don't get to sign, Jeffrey Toobin, because you don't know what might pop up on your screen.
Oh, I didn't hear about that part. Maybe I will sign up because that sounds like a good time.